Give me your ranking for these three guys.
Okay.
And I want your dynasty ranking and then your redraft ranking.
Okay.
AJ Brown, Calvin Ridley, Justin Jefferson. Go.
Look at the release.
There's your separation.
Great route.
Stutter and go. Gets by clean.
That is unbelievable.
Maybe the greatest catch I've ever seen.
Justin Jefferson, Calvin Ridley, AJ Brown.
For dynasty or redraft?
I think I want to say for all. Let me think about this here for redraft. Those were my dynasty rankings. Boy, let me think about this from a redraft perspective. I think from a redraft perspective, I'll go Calvin Ridley, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown.
I feel like everyone that's watching is probably in the Discord, but if you're a subscriber and you're not in the Discord, what are you doing with your life? It's getting better and better by the minute. Boomer James is in there. It's exciting to have him representing the Gen X population in the Discord. Probably oldest Discord user alive right now. I was thinking before the Julio trade that it was going to go, for me, it would go Brown or Ridley, Brown, Jefferson for redraft. For dynasty, it's almost completely flipped. Although Brown, I don't know. I might have Brown over Jefferson for dynasty. That is a really, really tough one that I haven't quite, meditated on enough yet.
I think what we're seeing too, it's like, Adam Thielen is kind of sort of falling off a little bit. I mean, he's still very effective player last year. I think he was a top 12 fantasy wideout and still played pretty good, but I think he's clearly on the downside of his career. Jefferson, clearly on the upswing. This is what he did as a rookie, man. Like 1,400 yards. Like what? Come on, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what does that development look like? Right. That's going to be scary. Now, obviously, the quarterback situation there is a little bit on the dicier side, but it doesn't matter. I mean, Kirk Cousins still not great, obviously, but he still was able to get the ball to Justin Jefferson. So yeah, I'm extremely high on Justin Jefferson, but I think in redraft, give me Calvin Ridley. Although now that I actually kind of sort of think about it, like, especially with the way quarterbacks, are aging into like their late 30s, I guess Calvin Ridley still would be my number one target in dynasty too.
I mean, who knows? This is the tough part with projecting like offensive situation and quarterback play with these receivers in dynasty is like Matt Ryan could be gone in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. We don't really know. Arthur Smith might be a bust of a head coach and he's out the door in 3 years. We really don't know who's the best player of these three guys. And that's probably the hardest question is who's the best player out of these three guys. Cause like they're three of the most dynamic young receivers in the league. And we can be excited about like what Justin Jefferson might be, in year 2 or year 3 after his rookie year. Well, maybe he'll be as good as AJ Brown. Like AJ Brown might, that's the thing. Like he's already great. So it's really hard to pick between these guys, but I think Justin Jefferson is potentially a special player. I think AJ Brown is a potentially special player. And I think Calvin Ridley's the one guy that I probably just have like, he's the toughest. He's the easiest one to put at 3 for dynasty for me.
The only reason I would put Calvin Ridley up there again is the quarterback play, and tendencies too, right? Like AJ Brown, I have number 3 in both dynasty and in redraft because of the Julio factor, because I think Julio is going to be there for another 2-3 years. Derrick Henry still obviously in the prime of his career for the next couple of years, right? So like, and I know football moves very quickly, especially for running backs. My God, look at Todd Gurley, right? So a lot of things can change. So I'm projecting a little bit, but Derrick Henry still in the prime of his career. I think he still has at least a couple seasons left at an elite level. Julio Jones is still going to be around for a couple of years. I just don't think. And again, the Titans they threw the ball the 3rd fewest in the league last year. I see that continuing, for the next couple of years, so long as Derrick Henry and so long as Mike Vrabel is there. If we were to put all these guys in a vacuum and you said, who's the most talented dude? I would say it'd be really hard for me to pick between Justin Jefferson and AJ Brown, and Calvin Ridley would be a clear 3rd in that regard. But that's not how we play fantasy, right? So much of it is a team sport, and we're looking at volume and, situations and all those kind of things. So that's kind of why I would put Calvin Ridley near the top and AJ Brown 3rd of those 3. And it's no disrespect on AJ Brown. He's tremendous,